So I just wanted to do one more quick video showing another example. So just recall that the whole reason we started looking at box plots was so that we could compare different groups of quantitative variables. So in this example, we have the prices of cases of various wines have been sorted by their region of origin and displayed using side-by-side box plots. So we have three groups. We have the Cayuga region, the Cuca region, and the Seneca region. And just looking at these, before I even go to the questions here, I can see that the Cuca region has an outlier right here. It's also not nearly as spread out as the others. If I kind of look past that outlier and just look at the IQR here, this box is definitely much smaller than the other boxes, and this whisker is much smaller. So it's not spread out as much. The Seneca region is much more spread out than the other two, and it looks pretty symmetric. So those are my just initial observations from looking at this. So when we get to part A, it says, which region has the greatest variation in price? Greatest variation means that the distribution is the most spread out. So we would say the Seneca region is the most spread out. It's the longest of all of these. So the Seneca region is has the greatest variation. In which region are the prices typically the highest? And now we're looking at maybe just that box and saying, like, where are most of the wines priced at? And the Cuca region has much higher, like most of the data is right in here, which is much higher than the other two regions. So we would say that the Cuca region has prices that are typically higher than the others. Which region, however, has the most expensive case? So even though Cuca typically has higher prices, the highest price came from the Seneca region. Which region has the least expensive case? Again, comparing the minimums here, Seneca. Even though that Cuca region has an outlier, that outlier is not, it's only an outlier compared to that group. I flipped my C and my A around. Let's see here. There we go. In which region are typical case prices the lowest? So this is a little tricky looking at Cayuga and Seneca. I'm going to choose Seneca here just because the median here is lower than the median here. And so this bottom 50% of data that's below this median is lower than the bottom 50% of any of the other groups. So typically I'm going to say the Seneca region has the lowest prices. Again, even though they also have the highest price, because they have this greatest variation, they happen to also typically have the lowest prices. And then it says which region has an outlier, and that's this Cuca region.